with Chad Turner, performance analyst here at design team Luna Rossa. Chad, you're very often sitting in the Chase 1, looking at your screens. What numbers were you looking at today?
I look at most of the performance parameters to the boat. I'm interested in just making sure the sailors are sailing the boat consistently, tack to tack. You know, we're trying to test different things, so we want to make sure that we're testing apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. So I'm focused mostly on trim, heel, cant angles, boat speeds, wind angles, the sort of basic performance parameters.
So how close is your work with the VPP department? So do you cross-check the numbers after a sailing day, or?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We rely heavily on checking everything against the VPPs. So the VPPs are the targets that we sort of reference on the water, and we're always comparing to those numbers. And every night we prepare reports to compare how we're doing against the VPP targets.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of mode testing today. Would you say you ticked off all the boxes today, or?
Yeah. We definitely ticked off everything that was on our list for today. Today was a tricky day with pretty puffy conditions. We started on the J2, then went to the J1.5, back to the J2, and sailing through a lot of puffs and lulls. So it was a tricky Mistral, quite puffy. But in the end, we got through the whole checklist, so that's good.
We're here with Nico Rolla from Alinghi Red Bull Racing. You were trimming on the port side of the red boat today. The day started with strong wind and big chop, which died over the session. Did you feel the conditions were similar to what we've seen in Barcelona?
So yeah, tough conditions today. Westerly breeze filled in quite early this morning with a stormy condition which brought some sea states, and pretty similar to a nice east wind in Barcelona. So chops and quite steep, but I mean, we did the most of it. At the beginning with the waves was pretty good.
What technique were you really focusing on in those conditions?
I think was in upwind was pretty manageable. Just the downwind, just to make sure we don't go crash into the waves. So a lot of driving, a lot of sail trim to recover quick from touchdowns. So yeah, pretty similar to Barcelona, I would say.
And how would you avoid nosediving in the steep waves going downwind through a maneuver?
I think it's a lot about helming and quick reaction. Be aware of what's coming next, and trimmers needs to follow the headsmans there.
So both boats were in one design mode today. You switched up the teams before going out. Have the teams been decided for the regatta?
So no, team is not decided yet. We're still figuring out, and I think those crew swaps are very good for sharing the knowledge of each cruise. So every day we learn things, and it's a good way to share them.
What difference do you see between different teams and different setups?
It's, I think, the way the boys communicate, and little difference in technique, in trims. That's why we mix it to make it the most of it, and make it as best as we can.
We thought we'd see some racing today. Was that the original plan?
So yeah, the plan was to go out, do a quick warm-up, do some lineups to keep improving our sail trims and boat settings, and then go straight into racing. But unfortunately, the wind that just died, wave kept. The sea state was quite high and not much breeze. We even tried some tow takeoff, but wasn't a great success.
So given the light wind racing of Villanova racing in displacement mode, did you consider doing a race in displacement mode today?
No, it was not the point. We had we had good conditions so far, and it looks like it's gonna be a good breeze the next of the week. So it's mostly about foiling, and you know, like on the lake we're quite used to displacement, so we'll practice that when it's time to do it.
Scott, 2 times Olympic gold medalist, helmsman on INEOS Britannia. Giles going into today, a very solid day on the water with very nice sailing conditions. Can you tell us a little bit how the day went?
Yeah, it was a good day. Obviously into November now, and I think days like today could be few and far between. Amazing conditions out there, nice and flat generally, certainly on the racecourse area, nice and flat, southwesterlies, and yeah, 12 to towards north of 20 at times actually too.
Going into the rudder, it was repaired, and now after 2 days of sailing, specifically at the end of the day in which we had stronger wind conditions and there were a couple of times in which you had to force the rudder.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident about it? How is it feeling?
Yeah, the rudder's it's feeling pretty good. It's been, you know, completely put back together. A lot of the systems around it got damaged, so a lot of rebuilding back there. But yeah, it's solid.
Then going into today's training, it was mostly sailing in a straight line.
Yeah.
We noticed that you repeated the exercise that you were doing yesterday, zigzagging on the upwinds on starboard tack and on port tack, probably testing some control system. Could you be a little bit more specific which control system you're testing? Yeah,
we're doing a lot of straight line testing, and as you say, there was a few little tests we were doing, some dynamic response type testing, and yeah, there's quite a lot you can play with within the systems, and we're really just exploring the space with T6, and hopefully that'll enable us to be in a good position when we launch the big boat. So yeah, I won't go into too much detail, but yeah, a long systems testing. Yeah.